Hello everybody, I'm Sabinlore bringing you more Magic the Gathering lore. Let's continue our march through the holidays with my 25 cards of Christmas. Today, let's look at the 17th card of Christmas, Krenko Mob Boss. Krenko is a goblin from the plane of Ravnica. Ravnica is a giant city which harbors a number of guilds which demand allegiances from its citizens. While everyone in the world is out choosing a guild to follow, Krenko decides to become his own boss. He declares that he is guildless and built his own guild of one, working as a mercenary for select clients on Ravnica. Krenko's work is discreet in nature and typically illegal in practice, but thanks to this goblin's fighting skills and ability to hide, he has yet to be captured while on the job. He has a great deal of savvy when it comes to formulating a plan and executing it, a trait not very common among his kin. Despite this ability, at the end of the day, Krenko is a goblin of action, doing anything in order to get the job done. His work doesn't come cheap, however. The bigger the risk his neck takes, the bigger of cut he expects from his client. While gold seems to be Krenko's chief motivator, he isn't as greedy as many of his customers describe. He shows an unusual compassion for his fellow marginalized goblins on Ravnica, so he takes a cut from each of his jobs and puts it back into the goblin community. While he leaves a majority of the earnings for himself, he is still touted as a very generous goblin by his people's standards. Giving back is not the only thing he hopes to achieve through this charity, however. He also believes that this gold could earn him some followers, to which he can use if he ever gets into a tight bind. Krenko's biggest and most reoccurring client is known as Mr. Taz, whose true identity is not known by Krenko. This client is very secretive, never giving away too much information to Krenko. He only gets what is needed to fulfill a job. One of the first jobs offered by Mr. Taz involved the destruction of an Azorius statue. Krenko enjoyed this job a great deal because he always despised those silly lawmakers in the Azorius Senate. Krenko got creative on this job, using flaming saplings to distract the guild's guards. Once that was done, he leisurely placed the explosives under the statue and brought it down. He had no idea why his client wanted this done, but he didn't care because it paid well. As the jobs continued to flow from Mr. Taz, they became more and more dangerous. Krenko started to concern for his own safety, but he pushed on because he valued the connection he was making with such a powerful patron. On a later job, Mr. Taz charged Krenko with breaking into the guild hall of the Boros Legion and obtaining 3 feathers from a renegade angel who was captured there. For this job, Krenko was given an enchanted dagger which would easily remove the feathers of an angel. With the tools he needed, Krenko began to surveillance the Boros Hall, known as Sunhome. He found that Sunhome was in a state of turmoil and only needed a little push to send everyone into a riot, allowing him to proceed unnoticed. Krenko provided this push, starting a fight internally among the guild's members. Using the confusion as cover, he made his way to the guild leader's quarters where he hoped the leader was absent. The room was empty as he hoped, except for a giant flaming fist emblem tiled into the floor and a gleaming white shining light from the ceiling. He looked up and saw the captured angel and a magical stasis above him. He used the enchanted dagger to break the magical sphere, which caused the angel to drop to the floor. Before the angel came to, he quickly removed the required feathers. Krenko then called out for the guards, explaining how the angel had escaped during the riot. The guards didn't even notice where the warning came from, but rushed through the guild hall to subdue the renegade angel. While the guards were busy with that, Krenko simply walked right out the front door. There were still many jobs to be offered from Mr. Taz, and Krenko was more than willing to continue providing his excellent service to this person. Unbeknownst to him, Mr. Taz was in fact the new Dimir house leader, Lazav, who was working to take control of Ravnica for House Dimir. Krenko may not have known it, but he was shaping the history of Ravnica through his dealings with Mr. Taz, making him one of the most influential goblins on Ravnica. So, there you go guys, the lore behind Krenko Mob Boss and the 17th card of Christmas. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and make sure you return tomorrow for the next card of Christmas. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.